What's up, guys? Got another knife review for you today. I'm sure you all are somewhat familiar with this one, as there are many reviews on this knife, but just thought I'd go ahead and give you my 2 cents on it, and I hope you guys find this review useful. Today we have the Kershaw Scallion. This is kind of the middle child in the Ken Onion Kershaw family, with its little brother being the Chive, and its 2 bigger brothers, the Leek and the Shallot. So this is kind of the Malcolm in the middle of the Ken Onion Kershaw project. But before I get into the review, let me go ahead and, as always, give you guys the specs. Okay, the closed length on this little guy is going to come in at a tidy 3.5 inches. The blade length is going to be 2 1/4 inches. The overall length comes in at 5 3/4 inches. The weight is coming in at a moderate 2.3 ounces. So it's pretty decently light. Blade material is 420 high carbon steel, so not quite as good in my opinion as the awesome Sandvik steel, but pretty decent at holding an edge. I have not had to sharpen this guy yet, so I think it does a pretty good job myself. The handle on this comes in a variety of models. I elected to get what Kershaw refers to as the Polymide handle, which kind of feels like a Rubbermaid, kind of rubberized material on it, and I really dig it. I think it's really good for grip, and it feels really good in your hand. The other models rather, are I believe all aluminum handle scales. It comes in a variety of colors and designs and sprint runs and limited runs, and there's one of these for everybody. This does have a full back spacer there, as you can see there, so it's got a little bit of heft to it, but not too much, not whatsoever. The pocket clip is going to be right hand tip down only, so sorry for you lefties and folks like me who like tip up. It's only going to be one configuration here. It's got the locking system, so if you want to lock the blade in place, which I think is ridiculous, I do not believe that knives should have safeties. That's just my opinion, though, so take that for what it's worth. The pocket clip on this guy is unusually long. I mean, this is like, look at that. It's almost the length of the handle, which is a little strange, but I find it's a really good design. It carries really well in the pocket, and I really dig it. So you can see we got a lanyard hole there. If you want to stick a paracord lanyard in there, that'll work. Since this is a medium to smaller knife, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there like that stuff. With relative to my hands, I don't really feel it's a problem. I think it fits kind of nice, actually, for fine cutting tasks. I think it's right there in the middle where I like it. Deployment method on this guy, you've got the Ken Onion / Kershaw flipper, which are on the rest of the Ken Onion Kershaw knives in the Onion line family. You've also got the thumb studs, which work, but I think they provide more of a blade stop than anything else. As you can see, they pretty much come in contact with the handle there. Not to mention, I think the flipper is a lot faster. Not quite as easy to deploy as the Leek, but not that far behind it. Very little effort. You don't need to build tension. Just give it a pass and it flies open. This is a speed-safe, assisted opening knife, which has failed to disappoint me ever in any Kershaw knife I own, and I own quite a few of these, as those of you who've been subscribed to me for a while are well aware. Love Kershaw knives. I think they put out great products. Blade centering on this guy, not exactly centered, but not too far off, but not too bad. It's pretty good stuff. Overall, I think this is a pretty great knife. It's very office safe, office friendly. It's because it's kind of small and unassuming, so I don't mind it at all. I think it's great, and it's good to have around, as a backup to your EDC, or just in your car or whatever. I think it's a great little knife. That's what it looks like when it's in your little pocket there. Getting it out is pretty easy. Retention, I would put probably a 5 or 6 out of 10. 10 being like maximum retention. This is pretty easy to get in and out. So good stuff. I'll give you guys the front row seat action here. As you can see, you got the Kershaw logo there with Ken Onion underneath it, Kershaw USA. There's the back spacer. There's the Kershaw logo on the blade. Give you a look at the liner. If my camera decides it wants to focus, there we go. Model 1620, made in the USA, of course. Patented design. Okay, let's go ahead and give you some size comparisons here. There's the Scallion. There's the Chive. The Big Bro, the Leak. So as you can see, these two in particular, it's a very similar design. Leak's a little bit longer and thinner, but still in the same vicinity. There's the Benjamin Mini Griptilian. Very common knife. Streamlight Microstream flashlight. It's roughly the same size. Pretty close. BlackBerry Tour. Very common phone. I'm sure you guys have all seen one of those at one point or another. Okay, let's go ahead and do the cut test here. Let's see how this little guy holds up. That was pretty easy. Yep. Not really requiring much effort here, folks. This guy does the job pretty easily. It's just going right through this stuff like a piece of cake. Yeah, made pretty short work of that. Good stuff. So, in conclusion, guys, I really like the Kershaw Scallion. I think it's a great smaller / medium-sized EDC knife. It's great for what I call office carry, as it's not really, I don't think, going to freak a whole lot of people out. If you pull this guy out of your pocket and you're just cutting open your lunch or cutting up an apple or orange or what have you, I don't really think this is going to bother too many people. It hasn't for me, so I can go ahead and give this one the Mr. Jimbo Fox recommendation. This does come in a variety of colors and styles. These are highly, like most Kershaw knives, are highly collectible, and you can get it in green and red, in the rainbow color, all kinds of stuff. I chose the Polymide simply for function over looks. I will probably end up getting some more of these simply because I like them so much. I think they're great to have around in a pinch. But for basic utility, I think the Polymide is the way to go, simply because it's really grippy and it feels really good in your hand, at least in my opinion. And it's just a really great pocket knife. So I want to thank everyone so much for watching. Appreciate everyone's time and all the comments and the new subscribers. And as always, stay fit, stay strong, stay supreme. Take care, guys.